Hello everyone, and welcome to another very beautiful and a very interactive chess game of Paul Morphy. And in this chess game, Paul Morphy's opponent is Henry Edward Bird once again. And Paul Morphy is playing with the white pieces. And this game was played in London in 1858. Paul Morphy starts the game with playing e4, e5, f4, King's Gambit, declined, bishop to c5, knight to f3, d6, c3, bishop to g4, pinning the knight, bishop to c4, knight to c6, b4, attacking the bishop, bishop to b6 and then a4, and Paul Morphy is intending to trap the bishop, so making room for the bishop a6 by Henry Edward Bird. Paul Morphy played h3, asking the bishop a question. Bishop takes knight, queen takes on f3, knight to f6, d3, queen to e7, f5, rook to d8, bishop to g5, pinning the knight, knight to b8, knight to d2, c6, knight to f1, d5, bishop to b3, queen to d6, knight to g3, and Paul Morphy is intending to play knight to h5. And in this position, Henry Edward Bird castled. But Paul Morphy is not castling, and also it's not easy to castle for Paul Morphy because of the bishop on b6. So Paul Morphy played knight to h5. The pressure is on f6, so the knight is also pinned. And Henry Edward Bird played d takes on e4, pawn takes pawn. But in this position, Henry Edward Bird lost his patience and he played knight takes knight on h5 and leaving the rook. And why Bird didn't play knight from b to d7, more protection on f6? I have no idea. Well, this move was the better move. But then rook to d1, queen to e7, a5, bishop to a7, g3. And it looks okay for black. But still for the engine, in this variation, white is still winning, white is still better. White has the advantage. So Henry Edward Bird played knight takes on h5 and Paul Morphy played rook to d1 before capturing the knight, attacking the queen, queen to c7, and then bishop takes rook, attacking the queen, so rook takes on d8, rook takes rook, queen takes on d8. And then Paul Morphy captures the knight, queen takes on h5, bishop to e3, threatening checkmate in two moves. So defending with the queen, and also Paul Morphy is offering for exchanging the queens, and Bird played queen to h4, check, king to e2, bishop to b6, king to d3, knight to d7, queen to g4. Again, Paul Morphy wants to exchange the queens. So Paul Morphy has the rook. And white is better, much better, in this position. And naturally, Bird doesn't want to exchange the queens, and he played queen to f2. And Paul Morphy played the final move of this game. And after that move, Henry Edward Bird resigned. And can you guess the next move of Paul Morphy? And did you guess that move? It was a very simple move. What is the solution? There is a move that wins on the spot immediately. So Paul Morphy played that move. And Paul Morphy played f6. And there is too many threats in this position. That's why Henry Edward Bird resigned. After move 27, after Paul Morphy played f6. So the possible continuation, well, Paul Morphy, first of all, threatening checkmate and also attacking the knight. So there is a double threat. If g6, then queen takes on d7, queen to e3, king to c2, queen to f2, king to b1. And white is saving the king, and also white is threatening checkmate in 1 in the back rank. So this is completely losing for black. And if knight takes on f6, then queen to c8, check. Bishop to d8, queen takes bishop, knight to e8, queen takes knight. That's checkmate again. So after Paul Morphy played f6, after this very simple move, Henry Edward Bird resigned. And another very simple but a very beautiful interactive chess game by Paul Morphy. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.